Hey, what's happening, everybody? Wanted to bring a market update for the month of July. So, yeah, we're in September, but data lags behind a little bit. So, wanted to show you a little bit about what's happening here in the triangle recently, the end of this summer, right? And so, affordability seems to be the word of the day. Um, it's tough, right? And so, high mortgage interest rates and still high pricing, climbing in some areas, stable in others, not really coming down in many places, and low inventory contribute to that affordability issue. Why is inventory low? Well, you can only build so quickly. So there's just not many new homes available in this moment. And then as far as resale homes go, there aren't many sellers that want to give up that 2 or 3 or 4% interest rate that they bought with or refinanced with just within the last couple of years. And so there's not a lot of resale homes coming on the market. So low inventory, high pricing, and high interest rates at the same time make that affordability kind of challenging. New listings coming on the market here in the Triangle in July were down about 25%, and inventory altogether was down almost 20%. So there are just not a lot of homes out there. You know, they say a balanced real estate market is when there's about 4 to 6 months of available inventory. And right now we sit at under 2 months. So inventory is still crazy low, and there's still a lot of people moving here. So buyer demand is still up, even though those higher interest rates are making it a little bit harder in the affordability department. I'm seeing the most competition right now around that $400,000 price point. That seems to be the median sales price for Wake County right now. And if you're shopping at that price point or under or just above, somewhere around it, it's ridiculously competitive. I've got buyers in multiple offer situations over and over and over, making it really hard to get into a home in that price point. Now, it starts to thin out a little bit as you go a little bit above that 400. And then, believe it or not, in those really higher price points, those luxury price points, there's a lot of competition there again. There's a lot of people moving to this area that have sold larger homes, higher dollar homes in other markets, California, Florida, Texas, to name a few, coming here with cash and making that luxury market super competitive again. And then the question that keeps coming up over and over is should I buy now or should I wait? And my thoughts are, if you're pre-approved now, if you have the ability to buy a home now, if it makes sense for your financial situation, if you can afford it, if you can get qualified through a good mortgage lender, then waiting may not make sense. If you can get into a home now that you're happy with and you can afford, I think that's a good idea, because what are we waiting for? Well, we may be waiting for the spring, right? We may be hoping that mortgage interest rates come down. They may, and they may not. We don't know for sure. But if they do, here's what I know is going to happen. If interest rates come down, more buyers get into the market. And with more buyers in the market, competition goes back up because inventory is still going to be low. If inventory is low and competition and more buyers are in the market, that means pricing is going to go back up. So what you can afford today may not be what you can afford in just a few months. Yes, interest rates may help with that affordability, but if the prices keep climbing, which everything here locally in the Triangle says they will, that's going to make it hard to get into a place later. So again, a lot of factors come into this. It's different for every single person. I'm not telling you now's the best time for you or the worst time for you. It really does depend. But if you want to have a conversation about it, let's talk.